Tuesday.
Hey guys, I'm Will,
And I'm Noah.
and I guess we're here to answer some questions about SouthCoast. What are we most thankful for about SouthCoast? I would say the bass player. I am most thankful for the bass player. He is cool, he's got some great moves,
Very good moves.
and the hair, I'm not sure about.
Makes him look like a man.
And his attitude, I mean, really, that kind of talent coming out and serving a church this
Here's
small.
Jesus. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Really. No, what I'm thankful for is the fact that SouthCoast embraces the every nation ideal. That everyone is welcome regardless of your background, your nationality. And I feel completely at home there. I mean, I am like every nation in myself when I walk in. So it's good.
Mm-hmm. I love the spiritual family aspect of it. Just like he was saying, I feel really welcome, and I know that I've met many people that I never thought I'd ever meet or come across with in my life, but I have, and it's because we're united in Christ before our worldly differences. What God has taught me through SouthCoast is how to serve, because me and my dad were actually talking about this the other day, that when Jesus was feeding the 5,000, he obviously had no food, and there's a little boy there who had some fish and bread, and obviously wasn't enough to feed the people, but he offered it to Jesus saying, like, here, take it and feed these people, and Jesus blessed it and then fed the 5,000, and that's how it is with us and what we do for God, our service. And so God takes what little we have to offer, and he blesses it, and he makes it into something greater.
Yeah, that's a good point. My answer is kind of like along the same lines, because like it says in John 4:34, Jesus is saying, my food is to do the will of the Father who sent me, and to finish his work. And at SouthCoast, there are so many opportunities to serve, and I find that in the serving is when I get fed. It's when I'm helping, whether it's the hospitality, the loading team, with greeting people, with getting people connected, whatever, or discipling someone. It's just like in that serving is when I get fed. And that has been the thing that has drawn me closer to God and improved my relationship with him. What we hope for and expect for SouthCoast, I would say, that we continue on the path that we're going on. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 1 through 4, it says, since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. And my expectation for SouthCoast is that we would continue on this path that we're on to become more and more people that set our hearts and minds on things above and set it on Christ. And what does that look like? I would say that looks like you're not affected by the situations around you. You're not easily offended. Your hope is in Christ. You don't. Your position, how much you make, how you look, those things don't drive your satisfaction, your happiness. And your mind is set on Christ. Your hope is in the fact that you will one day be with him in glory. And I would expect that we would continue on that and become more and more people that have that kind of mindset.
And I think once our hope is in Christ like that, then we can effectively reach Fort Lauderdale and South Florida. And I expect God to reach all of Fort Lauderdale and Florida and change the face, and for other cities and towns to be like, whoa, what's going on there, and God to use SouthCoast in a way like that.